May your grace make me whole again. May your eyes make me see again. May your words make me hear again your song of love. May your hands touch the poor again. May your arms hold the sick again. May your smile fill each heart again through who I am. Your love within my heart, Lord, holds me, heals me, brings me to myself like the North Star in the sky, brings me home, home. May your birth make me live again. May your death make me free again. May your life make me sing again your song of love. May your feet walk the road again. May your voice raise the dead again. May your will calm the storms again. I am. Your love within my heart, Lord, holds me, heals me, brings me to yourself like the North Star in the sky, brings me home, home. Let my tears wash your feet again. Let my cloth wipe your face again. Let my home give you rest again in those I see. Let me give you your food again. Let me shoulder your step again. Let me answer your call again in who I am.
Father, how is it that we find ourselves so drawn around the table of the Lord?
Well, let me speak for myself first, Marv. I was ordained about 12 years ago, and the first 3 weeks after I was ordained, I was feeling increasingly uncomfortable and on edge as I approached the table of the Lord to do the Eucharist. And obviously this was getting to me after a while, and it was pretty much because I was aware of my own sinfulness and my own unworthiness to do so. And after about 3 weeks, after being ordained, I was saying Mass at the University of San Francisco, and as I was vesting, this grace came to me that said, very simply, Christ is the priest. Jesus saying, I am the priest. The Eucharist is my ministry, and I saw very clearly that the work of the Eucharist and the work of the liturgy was Christ's. The power of the liturgy was Christ's. The ministry of the liturgy was Christ's. And as I saw that, the pressure and the tension within me was just I was able to feel that I could come to the liturgy exactly as I am, and that Christ was the priest, and that everybody could come exactly as they are. And so I felt at ease, and ever since then, I've just felt myself at the liturgy. I felt at home, a sense of belonging, a sense of peace, and that's the way it is for everybody. And it's some of that I hope to share with all our viewers in this presentation. I'd like to begin in part one by talking about the ancient Hebrew history of how it is that we find ourselves gathered around the table of the Lord, and then into the New Testament, the Christian scriptures of Jesus's experience, internal experience, and then moving with that and making the liturgy of the Word the first part of this presentation, and then in the second part, centering on the Eucharistic prayer, the meaning of the transforming power of the Eucharistic prayer. And then finally, thirdly, the last part, doing some theological reflection on what we've seen, using the letter to the Hebrews, and also doing some theologizing, if you will, about what it means, what a sacrament means, and how that's specified in the Eucharist. So I hope that all of that will, direct itself in some way to how it is that we find ourselves so gathered around the table of the Lord.
As background, Father, how do we relate to our God, and how does this draw us around the table of the Lord?
I think one way to start, the question that you're asking, how is it that we find ourselves so gathered around this table of the Lord, so mesmerized, so drawn? I think if you and I, or anybody, our viewers who are watching this, think of getting up this morning, how much of our emotional, attentional energy is absorbed in relationship? How much of our sadness or how much of our joy as we got up this morning had to do with our relationship with our spouse, our relationship with our children, our relationships with our parents, our relationships at work, on and on and on with various people. I think we as human beings are dominated by, who am I relating to? How am I coming across? Do people like me, or do people not like me? Do you like me? And that's what occupies us. And the question about being drawn around the table of the Lord is very much into this question, because we, all of us, are created, if you will, we were taught we were created in the image and likeness of God. And if that's true, and so much of our lives, daily lives, are occupied with relationships, if we're created in the image and likeness of God, then our involvement in relationships all the time must say something about God, because we could say, well, God must be involved in relationships all the time because we are, and we're created in His image and likeness. And I think that's true. I think how we're so drawn around the table of the Lord has to do with the fact that we have a real unique